Thank you so much for staying with us here on Politics Today, live on Channels Television. So many issues confront Nigeria on the issues of our diversity and the questions on our unity. Resource control, fiscal federalism, state creation, and so many issues. Where do we go from here as a nation? Joining me to discuss this is a former Minister of Works and also a former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Adeshaye Ogunlewe. Joins us on the program. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
You heard what the president said. I mean, one would be wondering, it's a crucial time, isn't it, for Nigeria, talking about the unity of Nigeria. When the nation is in this kind of crisis, remember, in the mid-70s, we were talking about keeping one nation, you know, and that kind of message, again, is re-echoing. What do you make of it? You've been at the national legislative arm of government. You've been in the cabinet, federal cabinet. But when this kind of message comes out from the president, what does this imply?
Well, Mr. President, we are in the same boat with you. The unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. That is correct. We started with amalgamation. We knew we are one country. We started with 1960 Republican, we are one country. We had parliamentary system. At that time, we had 3 regions. We had Protectorate of Lagos. It was one country. But suddenly, without our consent, the military took over and handed over a decree to us, Decree 42. We were never part of it. And what still, Mr. President, they wrote there, we the people of Nigeria give to ourselves this constitution. I can't remember that we participated in that kind of constitutional makeup.
Is it not people of Nigeria that put the constitution together?
No, it was a military decree.
But they were peoples of Nigeria?
No, peoples of Nigeria that were military in nature. And fortunately for us, half of the people in the party today were the people that were talking about restructuring of the country. And they are there, they fought a battle. Some people lost their life because we said restructure. And Mr. President, it's a very simple matter. Check the constitution and see how you can amend what is there. That's what we are saying. If we say under section 42 that all minerals inside, underneath, belong to the federal government. That is what we are saying. Section 44.3. Minerals, oil, natural gas, under or upon land in Nigeria, under or upon territorial waters and the exclusive zone of Nigeria shall vest in the government of Federation of Nigeria. We are saying it is not right.
It's not right to belong to the
federal government.
What would you be suggesting?
Because it belongs to some people. You are saying under that section that compulsory acquisition of property, freedom of the people. You are saying that every Nigerian is free. Your property cannot be acquired without your consent.
But
in the same way now.
Are you saying, for example, if I'm from Bayelsa State, for example, and I have in my community oil, oil exploration is going on, that we should be, own that oil
because it belongs to us. It doesn't belong to the federal government. We must participate in it. That's what we are saying. We are not saying, yes, let us take all, but we must feel the impact as it belongs to us. But where you say it belongs to the federal government and we don't have a stake in it, it is strange to Nigerians.
The issues of resource is one of the things that is calling the unity of this nation into question.
Yes.
There was a 2014 confab, that national conference. A lot of people are asking for the implementation. But do you see this government as having the political will to consider it in the first place?
No. If he doesn't want even to go by the constitutional conference, well, I'm saying there are part of this constitution, fundamental principle of state policy. For instance, you itemize them. But I cannot take government to court for not send my children to school. I cannot compel government to pay for my health services, and I'm a citizen. But it's there. We cannot take the government to court. If you go to section 82 or 162 of the Constitution, You are saying every consolidated revenue fund must be shared between the state, the local government, and federal. No savings. So how do you develop the nation? Change it. That's what we are saying. 68 items are under exclusive legislative list. Look at it. Which one must go to the states?
A lot of people have said 48% to the state, 52% of the nation's allocation at a particular time goes to the federal government, and the rest goes to other.
And they steal the money.
You think that is too much for the federal government?
You can see the level of corruption at the federal level. Almost
presently.
Yes, presently.
There's still corruption in the federal government?
No, what they are revealing, all the money that are being stolen now, what from the federal purse. All of them.
Majorly.
Majorly, all of them. So what we are saying is that we are giving too much money to the federal government. Give it to the local government. Let us have a referendum.
Some of the things that you're talking about, Senator Ogunlewe, you think that there are agitations in the southeast, agitations in the south, so you think this will douse attention naturally?
Let us talk about them.
You are proposing an avenue for the peoples of Nigeria to talk.
Let us participate in the making of this constitution. So it is not about
another conference aside the 2014 conference.
No, you can have referendum on each area. It doesn't have to be wholesale. We are talking about local government autonomy. Do you want it? Because that is the closer to the people. Our elites have confiscated the resources of the local government into their pockets. People are suffering a lot in this country. People are now donating their children for food.
In this country?
In this country, it's as bad as that. People are being kidnapped in the farms. People cannot go to farms now because without any escort. Because the people at the grassroots are not feeling the impact of government. All the money goes to the federal government. It is not right. So let us talk about it.
So when you seem to be more interested in a dialogue situation.
Constitutional amendment. Let us see.
That should be the first.
Yes, let us see which part of this
for
constitution.
For President Buhari to be saying that the unity of these nations.
That is not the issue. The unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. That is not the issue.
I mean, when we were running what about the rights, I mean, under the UN Charter for self-determination, for example?
Self-determination under this constitution is not to dismember the country. No. If you have self-determination to your resources, that is anything that belongs to my community, let us have 50% of it.
No self-determination to secession.
No. We are past that stage. A number of Nigerians lost their life to keep this country one. And there is no negotiating the survival and the existence.
We shouldn't even be talking about
at all. But we can talk, how do we live together? You have retired 23 AIG senior police officers. Why can't they go back to their state to be police officers?
They're talking about state policing now.
Yes.
We should also break the policing.
Why must everybody be a police officer at the federal level? Where I can be a police officer in my community? You are there because of your community. You are not there because of the federal government as a policeman.
So essentially you're saying that, I mean, the National Assembly is doing the constitutional amendment. Is that the right way?
Let us also participate. Let there be a referendum. How do you want this country to be run? Before, Mr. President, we had parliamentary system, and it was working. We have three regions, and the protectorate of Lagos. And the country was united, and we were working. Why can't we think about it again? Must we have a presidential system of government that has no parliamentary system?
Will Ogun State and Ekiti State, or Kwara State will allow? Agree a measure.
Because you created them. We didn't ask you to create them.
36 states. Very interesting to mention.
Because you said 28 out of the 36 cannot survive.
We'll take a moment, Senator Adele Ogunlewe, and when we come back, there are other issues. The Niger Delta peace talk, the dialogue options the president is bringing on the table is one of those things that we'll be talking about when we return from this break. Stay with us.